This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Wednesday, April 1st. Mostly cloudy today with gusty winds and warm temps, with the high topping out at 87. More clouds will move in this evening, bringing with it a few late-night thunderstorms with some drenching rain. There is a possibility for some hail or localized flooding. The low will be 66. Here are today's headlines. Top Dallas officials have fired back at Attorney General Ken Paxton's recent lawsuit, denying they are illegally withholding money from the police and arguing the state's case is so weak it should be thrown out. In a response filed last week, attorneys representing Dallas, City Manager Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert, and Chief Financial Officer Jack Ireland said the lawsuit fails to clear basic legal hurdles and that the court lacks jurisdiction over the dispute. Art Martinez de Vara, the attorney representing the two residents who are suing Dallas along with the Attorney General, said it's disappointing that they won't just do what the voters have asked them to do and instead are claiming sovereign immunity against the people. Cities are not above the residents, and we look forward to asserting that in court. Meanwhile, Tuesday, former Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings participated in a panel hosted by the Dallas Bar Association, warning that the two 2024 Dallas voter-approved charter amendments Paxton is using to bring his legal challenge against the city reflect deep frustration from the voters with city leadership. In other news, no matter how you count it, this March was the hottest Dallas-Fort Worth has ever seen. As of March 30th, the average temperature for the month was 67.4 degrees, about 3/4 of a degree above the previous record in 1907. The average high was 1 degree higher, and the average low was 0.4 of a degree higher. This climate record is not the first to get shattered. The delayed arrival of cool fall nights, toasty heat on Christmas Day, and daily temperature stats have all been part of a broader trend statewide. Climate change has driven warming across all seasons, according to a 2024 report from the Office of the Texas State Climatologist. And it's not just North Texas. Much of the western U.S., including Colorado, Arizona, and California, have had the hottest March on record, according to data from the Southeast Regional Climate Center. Next up, developers behind a planned Muslim-centric neighborhood in the northern suburbs have hit several roadblocks in recent weeks. Most recently, a North Texas judge issued a temporary injunction blocking an effort to support the project. Collin County's 493rd Judicial District issued an injunction tied to development of the Meadow, a project planned to feature more than 1,000 homes, a K-12 faith-based school, a mosque, elderly and assisted living, apartments, clinics, retail shops, a community college, and sports fields on 402 acres in Collin and Hunt counties, roughly 40 miles northeast of downtown Dallas. The project was previously called Epic City. The ruling temporarily prevents the new board leaders from taking any action to support the development. The utility district was expected to provide sewer services to the planned residential development. Monday's ruling calls for the district to cease service to any lands recently annexed by the board, including the Meadow development site. TXSE has its first taker. The Texas Stock Exchange is the planned primary listing venue of a new exchange-traded fund from Westwood Holdings Group, a Dallas-based investment and asset management firm. Westwood filed a prospectus with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Tuesday for a new product, the Westwood Salient Enhanced Power and Infrastructure ETF. Pending regulatory approval, the ETF will trade using the ticker symbol PWRX after the exchange begins operations later this year. The prospectus marks the first public commitment for a primary listing on the Texas Stock Exchange, though there may be other listings in the pipeline that, depending on the timing of the regulatory process, begin trading sooner. And as the James Beard Foundation slims its list of chefs eligible for a coveted culinary award in 2026, two Dallas-Fort Worth chefs remain as contenders. Both work at Italian restaurants. Scott Gerling, who runs the tiny Osteria Il Muro restaurant in Denton, is up for Best Chef Texas, one of the highest-profile awards. Maggie Huff, a pastry chef at Dallas restaurant Lucia, is a nominee for Outstanding Pastry Chef or Baker. Dallas diners should look at this news as one more step toward the final awards to be announced June 15th. Dallas diners should also consider making reservations at these two restaurants that are already tough to get into, but now might be even more difficult given the good news. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.